Paul Brosnahan is a Winona native who chose to return to the town where he grew up to practice law, and in 1992 he started the Brosnahan Law Firm, which specializes in helping injured people. Since then, Paul has been a recognized leader in his hometown, connecting with the community while quietly getting the word out that the Brosnahan Law Firm was open for business. Early in the morning, on September 13, Paul got a call that the building where his firm was located was on fire.
Yeah, well, we got a call at 3:30 in the morning and met the fire chief and got the story and found out that, likelihood the building was going to go. And I watched it. It's kind of like passing the wreck on the side of the road. You can't help but look.
The fire had started in an adjacent business that shared his building. Since his building formerly housed a bank, it had a concrete roof, and Paul was informed by the Winona fire chief that they wouldn't be able to get in close enough to put out the fire and save the structure. He spent the rest of the morning watching his firm go up in flames.
Later that day, we took some calls from lots of media, the Star Tribune and NPR and others. And of course, they were trying to get the sad entrepreneur who lost his building. And as I reflected for this reporter, and maybe you heard it on the air, I said, look, our family had a lot of things happen last week. My son had rushed for 97 yards on about 10 touches and was on the homecoming court. My wife had just started her job as the CFO of our hospital, clinic, pharmacy, nursing home complex. And I had a fire. And I told the reporter that, on balance, our family still had a pretty good week last week.
Two decisions made by Paul early on helped to give him the confidence that his firm would be back in business very soon. Much of his data, including all documents and legal correspondence produced by the firm, had been backed up to the cloud. As an added measure of security, Paul invested in small, portable external hard drives that the firm took home after daily use. Paul had even taken to leaving the small external drive on his chair every day to remind himself to plug it in and later to take it home.
$79, a whole terabyte of data. We also use the cloud for backing up a great deal of our work product, scanned documents, things like that. I don't think it matters so much what you choose to use, but that you use something.
The fire occurred on a Friday. By the following Monday, Paul was on site in his new building about a block away, and his firm was up and running. Paul Brosnahan never wanted to be known as the Minnesota attorney who we should all feel sorry for because he lost his business in a fire. In fact, he never lost his business, not even for a day. But he's willing to share his story with other lawyers so that you can understand how a little bit of planning can go a long way when a disaster happens.